My sister is calling, everybody. Why? Why is my sister calling me? She has my phone number. But anyway, I'm going to take her call, and this better be good because I, unlike some of these other callers, have the ability to not talk to you at family gatherings if you piss me off. What's going on, Karen from New York?
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Kelly. I was
Hi.
calling to share. I appreciate the show. I'm enjoying it very much. And I think that you and I might have not have such different ideologies as you believe. So I wanted to just put mine out there and see what your thoughts were on it.
Yeah, of course. And before you do that, I just want to say that Karen grew up in the same church that I did. When I was being confirmed as a Lutheran, she was my I guess religious sponsor, if you will. But
Yep.
I am thrilled that you call and you're offering your support. It really means a lot to me, and you can tell why when I was a Christian, or you can see why, Kelly, and all the viewers out there, all the listeners, that this is why I chose this person. Always supportive. Didn't matter what I was going through in life, I could always turn to her. So here we go. Lay it on us.
Interestingly, similar to the previous caller, I believe it was Nate. I don't believe in any or all of the writings of the Bible. They seem outlandish, literally unbelievable, and I think it's like suspicious. Like, no, what's the word I want? I forget the word. Like when you break a mirror, you know what I'm saying?
Superstitious?
Superstitious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Superstitious, yes. And I think it's, to lead your life according to that is not something I'm comfortable doing. Particularly, I feel like any religion or group that would ask you to oppress other groups or cast out family members who don't believe as you, that doesn't feel very religious or Christian, if you will. And interestingly, some of the most unchristian-like people that I've met in my life are the ones who claim to be the most astute, closest to God Christians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that, but I am going to kick this to my co-host first.
I agree. I agree. A lot of the people whose ideology I do not agree with the most, and who claim to be very good Christians, I don't agree with their ideology in a lot of ways. However, there is a lot in the Bible that makes people think that the way they are thinking is justified. And this goes back to, I don't know if you were around for our first call today that talked about what was rational and what was reasonable. Oh, that was the second call. Sorry. What was rational and what was reasonable. Because you can read the Bible and rationalize all kinds of bad things out of it. There's all kinds of bad things you don't even have to rationalize that are in it, especially in the Old Testament. And I know a lot of Christians will go, oh, but that's the Old Testament. We don't have to pay attention to that. But that's going to rule out you don't have to pay attention to the 10 Commandments, right? And Jesus didn't say that he came to change the law, but to fulfill it. So if Jesus didn't distinctly change that particular thing about the religion, the old standard should still apply. And I think that's what Jesus meant when he said that. So I don't see any incongruity with bad behavior and being a devout Christian, because they're kind of walk hand in hand in a lot of ways. And I'm not saying all Christians are like that. I'm just saying if you read the Bible word for word and follow it, it would produce a lot of bad behavior. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I think that if we did a majority of the things that the Bible commands us to do, we'd probably end up in prison or maybe worse. I like to challenge people and say, hey, can I pick out just one verse of my own choosing to read to your children? And the answer is usually no. And it's a good thing. And I probably wouldn't do that anyway. But I don't want to digress too much. The point is, the Bible is full of awful things. Are there some good things in there? There certainly are, right? There are good messages in there. I feel like do unto others is like the best thing that maybe came out of the Bible. And I don't even know if I'm quoting that correctly, right? But the point is, there is an understanding that we should treat people well. And my point is, well, why do we need the Bible to do that? Why do we have to, I don't know, give money, give credence to something that can't be proven, but also tells people to do such atrocious things? And so that's kind of where my activism comes from. And I appreciate that you have kind of, I don't want to say grown, because I don't think that, you were ever in all the years that I've known you, ever somebody that needed to really do any growing in this area, but to recognize that you don't accept some of the things that you were told is, I think, a huge step in the right direction to just understanding the difference between right and wrong without having this kind of, pistol held to you. If this theoretical pistol that the Bible is, do this or else you'll burn in hell. I don't need that pistol. I just feel like I can do good things. But for you to say, well, I think we actually, believe more similarly than you might think. Well, I think that's true. The difference is, though, I don't believe at all in the divinity of the Bible whatsoever. I don't believe that there is something outside of this earth. And that's a hard thing for me to say, especially to my family, because I want to see you guys again someday. But I also want you to accept me, and I know that you do. But I have family members that are incredibly devout. And for me to speak up and be who I am is offensive. And I don't want to be offensive, but I just can't hold it in. And so I think you've seen lately that I've been a little bit more vocal about my involvement with the ACA. And I've been posting a little bit more openly on my social media that I'm doing shows and that I want to engage with people. And that's just because, look, my intent is to not hurt people's feelings or push them away. But at the same time, I need to do what's right for me. I don't know, Karen, we've both kind of gone on our tangents, Kelly and I. What do you have to say so far?
I love it. I'm super proud of you. And I appreciate your honesty and your intelligence and willing to educate people on something that's really important to you.
That is so awesome, Karen. That's incredible. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
If you were here, I would give you a big hug.
I am certainly lucky to have you, and I love you, and thank you so much for calling us. And hey, you're welcome to call in any other time. And I think you can see that we're not mean to people, right? I'm not going to be mean to my own sister, but instead I'm going to treat every other caller like my own sister. And that's not to say that my sister and I haven't argued before, because we have, but we could still at the end of the day walk away, respecting each other and treating each other well. So Karen, thank you very much. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Enjoy. Thanks again. Love you.
All right. Love you. Bye.
That was so awesome.
Bye.
Yeah. That's great. It's great to have that support.